How's it going, guys? How are you guys doing? This is our number what podcast we do not know, kind of lost track. We have been not shooting for a consistent while. We were all busy in our own schedules. Me trying to find a job here and a little bit of a college work. And yeah, so now we got the time. So we said, let's get back on the bandwagon and maybe just become consistent in how we upload our podcast. So the biggest news currently happening is the 2022 FIFA World Cup just happening in Qatar, in the neighboring country for us, for me at least. I just watched currently just watching the first match, which is going live. And since Qatar is the host country, they are playing the first match with Ecuador. And let's just say it's a shambles of an event. Qatar is nowhere near the level at what Ecuador is playing with. You can actually see, like, they're amateurs, basically amateurs. And
Is this
the first
the
goal,
is this the first time they're playing in World Cup?
the first time ever in their life
Yeah,
in FIFA. So basically, if you're hosting the FIFA World Cup, then you get the green card to play without selection.
that's nice.
And you could actually see the pressure that Ecuador is doing, and the dirty tactics the host country is doing a little bit here and there because you're frustrated. You're
Yeah,
frustrated. The first 3 seconds, 3 minutes. In the first 3 minutes only, the first goal was scored, but due to technology, you could find they gave it as an offside. So we all like complaining. The people at home and the stadiums are saying that this is not worth. Too much technology is not good. And I feel like because of too much technology, most of the games are getting ruined. So the first goal, Ghana got an offside, and then they turned it into a zero. And then my guy Ecuador was like just destroying them, and they scored two goals in the first half. The second half, they're playing, but Qatar is not able to play aggressively. They're not able to play aggressively, and they are literally their morale is completely broken. But we'll see what happens. Tomorrow the match is England versus Iran, the first match of the day. There are going to be four matches every day. Today is only one match because you have the opening ceremony and everything. The first match today is only one match. Tomorrow there are four matches, and every day, till how many days they are going to be doing, there are four matches every day. The schedule is that.
yeah.
So tomorrow will be, I think, England versus Iran, the first one at 5 p.m. Dubai time. Like me and my father were just talking, and we say that I think football in itself is a very popular and a more mature game in the European countries and American country, European and America basically, or
Yeah.
South American countries.
Football or
Arabs
soccer?
or the Americans. See, if I prefer to call it the word football. Soccer is a bullshit name. I hate
Hmm.
the word soccer. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. It really
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. I mean, Americans have this stupid ideas. I don't care. I would always call it a football, regardless.
Yeah.
So, in football, the thing is, we were just discussing, me and my father were discussing that the Arab countries or the Middle Eastern countries are not at that level yet. You will really see they're going to get hammered. I'm pretty sure they can make me eat my own words. I don't know about Iran. I don't know. Iran is the only Middle Eastern country you can actually say they have a very different mentality because they're kind of isolated from the world. We cannot expect anything like we cannot expect anything from them. They can be unexpected. But Saudi and all that, you can. I have an idea that they will be get hammered. There's one match also upcoming. Saudi versus Argentina, Messi.
Yeah.
So you know what's going to happen. Yeah.
So who are you
So I think
supporting? What team are you supporting?
I'm living in the Middle East. So of course I will support Qatar. But I can see how hardly they have been hammered. You can literally see. Now in the second half, the Ecuador is literally like taking a back seat because they have already scored like two goals. Now
Yeah.
for them, it's like they can just pass around, play around, and just take a chill pill. Unless Qatar gets lucky because at this point I feel like technically, skill wise and experience wise, Ecuador is way ahead, way ahead. So let's see what happens. And the Amir of Qatar is also present.
Oh, interesting, interesting,
The king of Qatar is present.
interesting,
And the
interesting.
funny thing is, the most interesting thing is, so Qatar's present ruler is sitting next to his father on the left, and then on his right, the FIFA's president, and on this very same next to him is MBS, Saudi's crown prince.
Yeah,
So all in one line. So like, the Middle East is it's gonna be an humbling if tactics going from Qatar and Ecuador both are pushing each other, like there's total frustration. You and what I saw on the people on the Qatar's face when they first in the first half when they came on before the kickoff, I could literally see they were all nervous. This was their for them the first international event. Also, they are holding the event also, and a lot of things. So let's see what happens. I think the next match of Qatar is also, if I've heard on the TV as I'm watching currently now, I think it's going to be with Ghana, some African country. So let's see what happens. So the only Middle Eastern countries so far, Iran and Saudi Arabia and Qatar in the whole FIFA. UAE is not selected. UAE is
UAE is
not
not
playing.
there. Yeah, Al Ahly club couldn't.
UAE is not playing.
Al
But
Ahly club could not clear out the for the World Cup.
not just Al Ahly is just a club of Dubai, not the national club.
That's what I know. I know there are more, but that's the most prominent one I've passed through so many times.
No, yeah, you have passed through. I have passed through, and I think just across on the other side in Mamzar area, if you ever come to if you ever visited Century Mall, there's another club, Shabab Al Shabab. That's
Yeah,
also another prominent club here. So now they are. By the way, they're one club now. Al Ahli, Shabab and Ahli has become one in the last 2 3 years, 4 years. 4 years back, they had this. They merged into one. So the name is Al Shabab Al Ahli. They merged into one.
interesting.
So let's see. But do you know? Uh, I'm speaking a lot. Do you know any news more about the FIFA? Like any idea what's happening?
I saw a few videos that Qatar has spent a lot of money in developing this whole World Cup thing. I think they created about 8 to 10 stadiums just for this.
Yeah, yeah.
And then recently I was watching this video which was kind of breaking down of how much water do these pitch use, and like they have like 8 of these main stadiums, and then they have like few backup stadiums so in case there's something goes wrong. So each stadium takes like about 100,000 liters of water. I'm not sure how correct this is, like 100,000, so 400,000 for certain, no, around 800,000 for 8 of those pitch, I think 8, as far as 8 of the stadiums goes.
Officially, there are 8 stadiums.
So
Officially, there are eight. There are eight.
just to keep maintain and water those plants, they need 800 liters of water. That's a lot from a country that is deserted. So they kind of need to take a lot from the ocean and kind of recycle it, and there's a lot going on. Qatar has spent a lot
Yeah.
of
So
money in this, so it's a huge thing. Besides from that, the one more thing, that now you can't really enter Qatar unless you have the ticket.
Hayab. Number one is Hayab for everybody. Hayab because they're not giving you visa.
Yeah,
So your application is like your visa, Haya app, and that will allow you to access all the hotels. And yeah, if you have transportation, if you all transportation with Haya app is free. You can use nine. You know, when I was researching everything, it's most intriguing and most interesting thing is the most expenses that you're going to do is, so for what I have researched was that you will kind of thing, and because you're completely free with the high app, so just watching the match kind of would be not very expensive. I think the ticket, if I'm not wrong, I've even heard that once you don't need tickets right now. You can go with high up directly into the stadium. This is what I've heard.
Yeah,
Not 100% sure, but
I don't
again,
think that's
tickets are
gonna
not that
happen. Yeah.
yeah, tickets are not. I don't think tickets are super
Now they're
expensive. So
expensive because they're almost like everything is filled booked out. I think only the premium ones are the good spots are left, the expensive ones. Because one of my friends was going back and said
how
the
much is the min-
tickets.
how much is the minimum ticket?
I have no clue about that. I haven't checked. Uh, so FIFA World Cup tickets. What match do you wanna see?
Any match right now, like
I
roughly
think I
the
think like
current match.
based
Let's
on
just see the current
the
match.
no, you can't see the current one because they're over. Event selling fast. Argentina versus Saudi Arabia. Let's see that. How many tickets do you want? Let's go with one. Prices.
Just
Oof.
say one.
So for me, it's showing in dollars, so $250, which is around 600 dirhams.
Oh, not cheap.
But
It's very
that's like
very.
that's I'm talking about, so 600 dirhams approx would be like some section 3 category, like a really good spot. Like the worst spot would be still it'll come like 550, 540, something like that. Dirhams.
So you still, but this World Cup is going to be very, like overall per person, your the expenses is mad. Like if
Expenses
you're
a lot.
if you're a lot, it's crazy amount, and people coming from all over the world. There's a tweet from an Emirati person. He said the World Cup is happening in Qatar, but yet the hotels are filled in the UAE. So what's
Oh,
happening is
yeah.
a lot of people, because Qatar again geographically still
Qatar is a
small.
small place. Yeah, it's a small
Yeah.
place. Can't
So
accommodate so many
what's happening
people.
is this is the biggest problem right now. People who are coming from different countries and they're living in the UAE, now they have only two options. The cheaper option is by road, but that will take you 7 hours.
Yeah.
But the road rules are quite complicated. When I started reading, I just got so confused. Like it's easy to pass to Saudi Arabia. You just show the higher app. Passing through borders is easy, but they said like the car shouldn't be parked. The car should be parked for some 24 hours as allowed. Something near the Saudi Qatar border. Some rules are there for parking and all that. That's so confusing. If you don't understand the rule, you might get a penalty, a
Oh,
fine. So that's a big problem. So by road, if you misunderstood the rules, you're gone. Although
yeah.
it's cheap by road. Uh, the UAE is hosting some shuttles, planes, and
Oh,
all the fly Dubai planes.
yeah.
They are not taking off from the Dubai airport. You know where they're taking off from?
Where? Sharjah, Abu Dhabi,
No,
Al
fly Dubai
Maktoum.
is going to be
Okay.
Dubai World Trade Center.
Oh, Al Maktoum.
World Trade Center.
Yeah.
Dubai World Trade Center will become the airport for World Cup goers. So I can go to Dubai airport, Dubai World Trade Center, take a plane.
World
I
Trade
just need
Center
to show
is
the high.
where it's like that. It's called Al Maktoum International Airport. That one, right? Where they
No, no,
have
no,
air
no.
shows
World
and
Trade
stuff.
Center. No, 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 brother. No. When with the place where we go for Dubai car showrooms and all that, Nash.
Oh, okay, over there. There's
Muscle
an air.
show, the World Trade Center, not the airports. They're not using the airports because if the airport is going to be so busy, so they wanted to separate it completely.
Yeah.
So they said that the shuttle flights will be available from Dubai World Trade Center. So you got to show the Haya app and your tickets, and you board the plane.
Okay.
Not yet. You just yeah. So basically, and you have to totally for one plane ticket, and the problem with the plane ticket is so expensive, even though it's cheaper in from compared to normal flights, but it's still paying roughly around the same
Yeah.
amount, because it's one way you're paying 980 dirhams one way. One way you're playing 900 dirhams, and then the other way you have to book, and you have to book another flight back to Dubai if you're living in Dubai. So again another 980 dirhams. So around $1,000 you're paying roughly.
I mean, if people who are crazy about football and they're
Uh,
huge fans of all this, they won't mind spending so much on it, and
people,
everyone
people,
knows that.
yeah. I mean, but it's so expensive. Like if you really think, man, crazy.
I think it's more expensive now. Like if you pre booked it like 6 months before, it would have been more cheaper.
Yes. So now, since you brought up the conspiracy part, let you start about with it, and then we'll continue. So we'll make this more interesting exchange.
So yeah, I was talking about this controversial thing that started arising before the World Cup started was the promotional song. Remember, we grew up with the song "Waving Flag" and "Zamina Mina and I think I
Yeah,
sung it wrong. But
yeah.
anyways, that song we grew up with these songs. This World Cup, completely weird song. I don't understand what's the like. It doesn't.
I would say it's decent. It's quite good. Me and my
I,
sister,
I don't like
my
it. I mean, it's more
no,
they're
no.
focusing more on the actresses and I mean the female artists more than the football itself. Like it's about football and you're kind of only focusing them. Like you're supposed to show the like you look at the official or I posted over here. Look at the official football like World Cup 2011 World Cups video. Watch that and then compare it to this
Not
year's.
2000,
That
not
was
2011, 2008, 2008. It's
2008.
4 years. Yeah.
Okay, 2008. So like the time when we actually, were in that stage where we
2008, then 9, 10, 11, 12. Then next was in 12, and then
okay.
next was in 18, and then next now.
I think the one in 12 I've watched and I think Paris or someone won. I'm not sure who won.
2008 was the favorite song. Samina Amina came in 2008.
Yeah. What about Raven Flag 2012?
Then 2012, I don't know where did we play in 2008. I do not know. But 18, sorry, 2012, then 2018 was in Russia, and now it's in Qatar. Anyway, I kind of like this the opening song. It started off very slow. I mean, at least it was a good song. I don't know about the music video. I didn't pay attention much to the music
I
video,
don't
but the
know.
song was nice.
Yeah, I don't like the
I
song.
liked it.
It's just
It
not a
was decent.
hypeful song. It's just not that kind of song.
It wasn't as good as South Africa one. I can say that, but it was decent. It
Yeah.
was much better than Russia's. Much better than Russia's was not very good, and in 2012 also nothing was not that good. So I would say it was decent, but the opening ceremony was quite good. If you have
Obviously,
seen,
the
the opening
opening
ceremony was quite.
ceremonies has to be like anything that has an opening ceremony is always good. Like with fireworks and everything, it's amazing. But yeah, the song, it's just even on the internet, if you go on Twitter and just put the FIFA World Cup songs, there's so much controversy and like backlash is going on. Like people's different opinions are coming. Like you said, it's good. You like the song. One side, like I'm saying, I don't really like the song. I mean, I don't know what. It's just not. It doesn't give that football feel. Plus, they just and they're giving that whole spotlight to the famous dancer Nora Fateh. So yeah,
I think they're trying to promote more of the Arabic culture, their own culture,
yeah,
because they have got
exactly.
because Qatar is kind of invisible compared to UAE is still invisible. So they got
Actually,
this big they got this big opportunity because if you see the opening ceremony, it was highly promoting their culture, which is good. They should take it.
it's actually very true because over here, like in my in the campus, like if I say like I'm from Dubai, I'm from UAE, and then the other person says, oh, I'm from Qatar. The person, people say, oh, so where is it near Dubai? And people don't really know where Qatar is, and we kind of have to explain them that no, Qatar
Yeah,
is
I
different.
said if
And
I'm not
then
wrong, I
it's,
said
I mean, it's not bad, but it kind of feels so offending. Like the person, they come and tell me, you're from Qatar, right? I'm like, no, I'm from Dubai. It's the same thing, right? No, it's different. UAE, United Arab Emirates, that's
no,
different.
it's no, it's very similar. I just saw Doha's skyline. I just saw. I would
I'm
say
talking in
Doha
terms
is
of like the geographic location. It's completely
geographic
different.
location, but you know what happened in reality history, historically, when they were uniting, Sheikh Zayed actually invited Qatar at that time and Bahrain,
Yeah,
and they said that you can join us, but then they said no.
yeah,
That's a different story. We don't want to go into the topic, but they said no. So if they were a part of this, UAE would still get the benefit of the FIFA,
yeah.
but it didn't happen. But they're still taking indirectly taking the benefit in one way. All the people are coming here anyway. The biggest controversy is this actually. This is just a difference of opinion. What you're talking about, the song is just a difference of opinion. This is not a controversy. You can't say it's a controversy. But the worst part is this, and this kind of pisses me off, is how the Western media is portraying Qatar, and they scrutinized Qatar for a very long time up till now. They are so jealous. A country like a Middle East country having the opportunity to host the FIFA World Cup. Okay, they have started now. They're trying to say that this was rigged. They shouldn't have deserved to get first of all, and then what they're saying is all these. To be honest with you, these biddings and all sometimes rigged. It doesn't matter which country owns. Anybody can cheat, first of all. So it's not a new thing. Secondly, you're putting allegations there that all these 8 stadiums that are built based on slavery, all these migrant workers came, they left their families, they all died, they're not being paid well, they're not human rights bullshit. I'm living in the UAE. I've seen how laborers are working here. I've at one point gone to the labor camps also. They've been treated with decency. I'm, what do you expect? How are you going to treat laborers in reality? Are you going to treat them like a king, you or VIP? Of course not. You're not going to treat them.
And plus, they're coming there with their choice. They know what they're gonna
They're coming with
face.
a choice, and they're getting paid.
Yeah, it's not like
Just
they're doing it for
imagine
free. It's not like they're
they're
doing it
not
for
doing it
free.
for free. And another thing, construction work in itself is dangerous.
Yeah,
Mining work in itself is dangerous.
yeah.
Why can't people use bloody sense? I'm seeing like comments, and there are people who now 1 month before, a lot of Americans and other people who 1 month before
Yeah, I saw that
FIFA,
as well on social media that
they're going on, the independent YouTube channels, just going and seeing stadiums and everything, then just showing how good the architecture is and all that is. That having the proper bias,
yeah.
whatever they were discussing. I was reading the comments. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry, no brains. So many people died, slaves. I'm like, come on, brother. If in that case, every skyscraper in the US was built by some migrant worker, somebody might have died. Why are you living in this air-conditioned good tower?
No, I
Can't you
think
use it for your mining?
it's just become like a double standard kind of thing that people just have to criticize on something, and if they get to know about like a small thing and they just like I honestly the country doesn't even care. Like let them do it. They can't like people from the Western play. They can't stop people come to watch football. You no matter what
Yes.
you say, people are going to come. They're going to do it. But the thing that comes out is like leave the country alone. The country is doing so much. There are some mishaps have happened and you can't control it. Where were the people 4 years ago when all this was happening? Why now? It's done. It's over.
Another thing. 9 times out of 10, why they were criticizing all this also was when they asked the Amir, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad, the ruler of Qatar, uh,
Yeah.
about are the LGBTQ people are welcomed and all this. Because look, your beliefs, they know those rules are not applying there, and they wanted, and the international community wanted to promote this ideology via football. I just want to say this very clearly, whether we I agree to this movement, I don't agree to this movement, I have my own beliefs, but What I want to say is, when these eastern, most of these countries who banned this movement, who are not part of this movement, the Qatar, the UAE, and all this,
Yeah,
their own people, when they move to Canada, they move to USA, they move to the European countries, they have been forced to adopt their values, or if not, don't say anything, don't go against the rules, don't promote your ideology.
yeah,
They make sure the moment they talk about tolerance, but they can't tolerate someone else when they say that we ban. You're just going for 28 days, and you're coming to watch football. You're not here to promote your own political ideologies. Okay, so shut up, come enjoy the game and get out. What's this bullshit?
yeah.
And to be
It's.
honest with Qatar got very angry at one point. You know what? And I just noticed this. So what happened was, I think 2 months before the game or 1 month before the game, they said 19 hours are allowed for alcohol. Alcohol is banned in this country, but they're still allowed. They said, okay, we'll give you alcohol
Yeah,
in the stadium for 19 hours available. But consistently, they have been bombarding them with backbiting, slandering, and all this.
yeah,
So Qatar said, no more alcohol. They banned it. They said that we were trying to be accommodating, but you do not like us, so we will also start making tough rules.
yeah.
This is the thing. Anyway, I think that every country who is hosting the FIFA World Cup should be given a chance and stop unnecessarily criticizing them.
I mean, to be honest, it
And
doesn't
just
even really matter to the country. Like, let people say. People, like, it is a genuine thing. Like, whenever something new happens or something, trending is going towards Middle Eastern side, people have something to say. But I mean, who cares? If everyone says something about you. It obviously doesn't matter, right? There was this saying. There was this
unfortunately,
saying.
Qatar is not the first.
Listen. There was this saying that suppose someone's screaming and yelling at you in some other language, right? You don't understand that language, and they're just saying and like abusing and stuff, and you don't understand what they're saying, so you'll just laugh and you'll just leave. It won't matter to you. The same thing if someone says it in your language, you understand it, and then you kind of you'll be angry, right? Be the person that you don't, even though you understand, just like laugh it out and just leave because doesn't there's no point. It doesn't matter because you don't understand. So let them just say it.
This is one Hollywood actress video that was circulating. Yeah, you learned it from there. I know. I don't know the name, but
I
an actress.
I don't know. I saw it from somewhere else, but not an actress, that's for sure. But probably
I
could
saw
be.
it. Yeah. Anyway, the
There's just
game is.
something weird happening in our this thing. It's like glitching. So your face, like your video, like flicks on mine, and my flicks on yours for like a bit, like in between. It's like a ghost effect. I'm not sure why. Uh,
I,
Haunted, yeah. Yeah,
I
podcast
don't
is
know, man.
haunted. Do you want to turn on light or something? I've barely been seen.
Boom. I'm barely been seen.
Yeah, like your picture is like kind of dark and your background is so vibrant. So you couldn't do this like 30 minutes before.
No, you know what happened? I just forgot how to film. We have been filming after
Oh
one
man.
month.
Guys, we've been
One
doing
month.
this after such a long time. Like we've been planning and we need to come back and this and that, but we're just not getting time. Like I'm not getting time. This guy is free. And sometimes, but I am like, yeah, I just don't know.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
yeah. It's fine. It's fine. So where were we? So yeah. So the FIFA World Cup is going on.
FIFA World Cup is going on.
And
Formula
by the
One. Formula One has ended.
yeah,
Today
let's
was the
talk.
finale. I haven't watched the finale, but I'll put a tribute to this driver called Sebastian Vettel, and it was his last race today. He's retired, and everyone is kind of seeing like giving him like a goodbye. because he's a legend, three
Well,
times
Sebastian Vettel's
Formula
turn
One
now.
champion, and amazing guy, really great driver. Yeah, it's just like been a very emotional roller coaster throughout this Formula One season, and yeah, I haven't seen the race yet. It was in the morning 9:30, and I wasn't awake that time. But I'm going to watch it, and maybe in the next this thing I will address about it.
If you follow the page Loving Dubai on Instagram,
Yeah,
okay, they posted one video that there's this Formula One driver on the main road of Dubai and he's driving.
yeah. Oh, wait, I haven't seen that maybe. Cause the finals was in Abu
Watch
Dhabi.
that post.
The final was in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. So watch that. I swear to God, even at a normal speed, that car is so fucking fast.
It's fast, yeah.
Man,
But
the car
loving
is not
Dubai.
designed to be on the main road. It's like, I loving Dubai.
I think it's fine to be in on the normal road.
It's fine. I'm just saying it's not designed to be in the
Yep,
normal road.
spotted an
It's
F1
too damn
car
fast. Even
buzzing through the streets of Dubai. So this is not the this is like a it's just a made up kind of car. It's not the real Formula One car. I mean, it is a Formula One car, but it's not for the race version.
still decently fast compared to the normal cars. You can see it's not meant for like
I I
it's
don't know
a
why I feel like
Formula
it's
One car is not.
I feel like it's like videographed or something. Doesn't look real.
It's not real.
It's
It's
real.
realistic.
This is like that Souk al Bahar
It's
area,
real.
that Jumeirah area. That's
It's
amazing.
real.
I'll post a video over here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Dubai does the unthinkable. You got unexpected things happen.
Yeah.
Yep. You have to be perspicacious to
Dubai and
find out
like
those
very
weird things.
weirdest stuff happen in Dubai and everyone enjoys it. I mean, they want tourists, right? So they'll do the best they can to kind of attract the public. You wanna see the current view, my current view.
Sure, sure.
Okay, one second. I'm not sure
Today our
how do you flip.
internet connection is
Really bad, yeah. Like internet
extremely bad
connection
today.
in my place is bad as well. Like I'm on Ethernet cable and still it's really bad.
And it's freezing. It's freezing over
It's
there. Yeah?
it's very
In
cold. Like in the morning it was minus 7. Right now I think it's 0 degrees. Or it's yeah, it's 0. Currently it's 0. So there's like
yep.
in fact
Yeah.
if you ever like if you boil water and you throw it in the air, that water turns into like it evaporates like gone. I do have a video, but I can't post it here because that video is not that clear. It's not that good. But if I do that experiment in the coming days, then I will post it over here. So you take boiling hot water and just throw it in the air. That water condenses and evaporates. It just becomes smoke. Magic. It's that cold, I think. There are some places in
Oh
Canada.
yeah, it's
There are some places in Canada where it's minus 40. So you have a normal water bottle. You take it, you put it outside your window, and it freezes in seconds. Like right in front of your eyes, it freezes. It literally crystallizes.
like some people in Dubai when it's early in the morning, when it's super hot, just people go on the balcony, just
Crack
put a
the
fan
egg.
and then they crack
Yeah,
the egg
yeah, yeah.
and
I'm
they,
not sure how true that is. Like I've
they
seen people doing that on a car
no,
bonnet. I've seen car.
it's true, but it has to be like extremely hot, and depending on where you're located, how much sun you're getting,
I've
it
seen
works.
someone do
But
that on their car bonnet, like the what do you call that front part? Engine bay area. What do you call it? I call it a
the
bonnet.
bonnet, the
I
bonnet,
call it bonnet. There's something
that's the
else also
bonnet.
you call it, right?
No, that's backside is called a trunk or the boot.
Yeah.
Backside is called a trunk or the
What's the
boot, and the
front
front is
one? So
bonnet.
there's bonnet and there's one more.
Bonnet.
There's one more. Pop the trunk? No, pop the. Acha, okay, never mind. You get the point. Place where the engine is, crack it,
Yeah,
black colored car, crack it, egg is fried on it. Like it's that hot in Dubai, which is not a good thing. It's a very bad
when
sign to
it
be honest.
when it's hot, it's hot.
Yeah, I mean it's
Right
not.
now, it's the decent weather.
It's a good
Now
weather
it's a
now.
decent weather.
Yeah.
And now, decent weather. This is the most unplanned. Actually, the thing is, whenever we don't plan, yeah, it's kind of just a natural conversation. There's honestly so unprepared today. We're just talking about what's happened. Yep. Yes.
Oh,
Speaking of
Andrew
boxing
Tate.
matches,
Andrew Tate. Yeah, you
yeah,
mentioned about boxing matches. Andrew Tate was in Dubai, and there was
yeah,
some videos circulating that he's practicing, boxing with his friends and stuff. Andrew Tate
yeah.
has
Steven
converted.
Seagal
He has converted his
for Islam as
religion.
well.
He's converted to Islam.
Yeah, he is Islam at the moment. Islam,
What's
Islam
his
got banned
new
from
name?
unbanned. Same Andrew Tate is keeping his real
No,
name.
he changed his name to Abu something.
Both of that's just for fun, and that is a
Okay.
old video when he was reacting to uh, Will Smith's wife and Will Smith talking on the round table and talking about their issues,
Yeah.
how she was an unfaithful woman getting fucked by his son's best friend, and when he came to find out all that bullshit, his wife is a
Yeah,
hoe.
the weirdest thing happened online. It's just so weird.
So that's the thing. That's why. I mean, where he should have been really angry, that time he controlled his anger. And where he shouldn't be, he just goes and slap and he says, "Don't take your wife's name, my wife's name out." Someone was playing with his wife. That time he didn't take this. So he found it very funny. So he was like saying, "This will be an Islamic channel. I will be called Abdul Tate from now." And then put Islamic.
Where like does he have a channel, YouTube something? I wanna go and like subscribe to that channel.
Now he's banned from YouTube, yeah.
He's
But
still
that
banned.
particular video, if I ever find out, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Now it's hard to find. YouTube will he'll be never be unbanned,
No,
but
that's so bad. Like
Twitter
Aiden
because
Ross, Aiden's that guy. I saw one of his videos where he was like, Andrew Tate, how do you feel the most searched, clicked app on the planet has blocked you? I don't know why does he do that? Like why?
no they have no I'll tell you one thing. Andrew Tate generally likes Aiden Ross. He wants the
Yeah.
best for him, and they're just troubling each other. You could
Okay,
see
I
that
thought because the way he says it as if he wants some beef, but yeah,
no
I
no no
get it.
like
It's like a brotherly kind of a thing.
in the end, like towards the end of the live stream, there's a one small clip where Andrew Tate and all say that I love you as my little brother. I want the best from you and all that.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, they're just trolling a little bit, and Andrew Tate understands that level of joke. He
Yeah,
himself, when you see his if I'm not wrong, before converting to Islam, he had this called Tate Confidential, where he, his brother, younger brother Tristan, and his cousin brother Luke,
yeah.
and then they have these common best friends, two of them extra, and they just hang around the world and they start calling each other gay sometimes, and just have just genuine fun. So I mean, they're just witty guys. So I mean,
Mm.
not much of a
Man,
problem.
I am just waiting for that one $1 million idea that comes in my mind and I can execute it so I can make millions. But yeah,
Uh,
it's just such a hard thing to do in this world.
yep. But you just observe things, you will get it anyway. So that's that. Speaking of boxing, yes, Deji versus Floyd Money Mayweather. I watched that boxing match.
Boxing Max. Hi guys, this video is sponsored by Max. If you want some clothes, go and shop at Max. This is not sponsored. Max sponsor us.
Completely dominated by Floyd Money Mayweather, of course. Although he punched him in the eye and got one cut. So Floyd Money Mayweather is known for not getting hurt easily,
Yeah.
never in his professional career, or very rarely. So he's one of the guys that kind of gave him a cut. So he did slightly better than Logan Paul, even though Logan Paul had a lot of advantage while fighting. He was taller, much taller than Floyd Mayweather, and had assumably took some steroids. You could say his physique is kind of steroid use. If people want to believe it or not believe it, not my this, but yeah, he had some clear pure advantages over Floyd Mayweather. But still, he couldn't do much, not damage his physique a little bit, by punching his eye or something.
Hmm.
So Deji was able to do it. Although his older brother KSI was not impressed.
Yeah.
He said that he he could have done a lot better. Fine, move on. Then in that same arena, Andrew Tate was there. Andrew Tate was slept the whole match. Deji versus Floyd Mayweather was so boring. He
Yeah.
slept, and then he did a face off with Jake again. They did two times face off in Dubai, and this time they did it. But I am trying to feel like they are not going to fight. I feel because Andrew Tate is not against Jake Paul, because when he got banned, Jake Paul didn't say anything. If
Yeah.
not, he supported him for free speech. Although Jake Paul is not a great man, but at this stage he said something right. So I agree with him. Unfortunately, KSI and Logan Paul didn't support him, so he has a personal beef with these two guys. So there's a possibility of a match between Logan Paul and Andrew Tate and Logan Paul and KSI. Then now,
Yeah.
just yesterday, Saturday, KSI has his Misfits event again, his own boxing, his own promotion company. Misfits 03, third fight or third undercard that came. So he was doing his fights. This time he's just promoting. He was not fighting in his own for as his card. So he was doing a face off between different opponents. Then Dylan Dennis comes. You know Dylan Dennis? Have you heard of him?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Uh, I got a important message from my college
Mess
because I'm
cage.
not being message
Message.
because I'm not being submitting my assignments on time. I like three pending assignments.
Well done.
That's why. So yeah,
Any other topics? We can wrap up.
yeah. So now Dylan Dennis. By the way, so let's complete this. So Dylan Dennis comes. The one remember Habib Nurmagomedov when he destroyed Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
If you do not know who's Dylan Dennis, he was this guy who got knee kicked when Habib jumps from the cage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw that. I saw
So
that.
that guy. So that guy has beef with Logan Paul. So Logan Paul was supposed to fight in January with him apparently when he was going to return to boxing.
Yeah.
But since in WWE, which he did in Saudi Arabia, he tore some of his leg part. So he will not be fighting in January. And KSI is going to return in the ring this January.
Yeah.
So what happened was when he was doing this face off, people feel like I would say that there was a little bit of this to they were already planning to do Dylan Dennis versus KSI since Logan Paul pulled off. So, but they're already having a beef, but to promote it, they kind of use a bit of a more fake beef. But what did Dylan Dennis do was even worse to promote it.
Yeah.
He comes, look, KSI punches his face. That's something bad. Just face off, stay shit. Why punch in the eye? So punches in the eye and then runs off. Then there's another fighter called Anthony Joshua. He comes to protect KSI's honor, so he just falls to the ground in a
Yeah.
street fight.
Hmm.
So that happened. There's a big problem in the on a Friday. The face-off was on a Friday and the match was on a Saturday. So all this happened in just 2 days. this. So now KSI says January I'll be fighting this guy, Dylan Dennis. So that's official. So
Yeah,
let's see what happens now. So
let's
that's
see.
on the boxing part. Jake Paul, although very much advanced, I still feel like he's not a very good boxer. I saw his boxing with Anderson Silva. He's always fighting old guys mostly and not really seasoned guys. People again say he has more fights than KSI and all that. I'm not blindly following KSI. I still feel like at an age 50-year-old or 40-year-old, your body stamina is different. Regardless how good of your striker or how good you are, I think your stamina is a bit reduced. And what I saw with Jake Paul, his stamina matches exactly with a 50-year-old. Even though he hits harder, he's good punching power.
Yeah.
So because of his power of being a young guy, he's able to still destroy people. Now, KSI is not using good opponents, unfortunately. The first match he did two opponents, shitty opponents. I don't know how good Dylan Dennis is. That's his first official boxing fight. Yeah, or rarely, if I'm not wrong. So we still don't know how good of an opponent he is. Is he going to challenge KSI for fighting Jake Paul? Because Jake Paul is a little bit experienced still, because he's been in the ring for a longer time. So this is one problem. So let's see what happens. I would have
Hmm.
preferred that he could have fight Tyron Woodley to show how dominant he is. But let's see. Regardless, a good match is a good boxing match. People will say anything. They criticize Jake Paul. Some people are fans. I've noticed a lot of people just due to who they love, they start out of emotions they start to make judgments rather than keeping an open mind and understand. So for me, overall in YouTube boxing, how the best boxers I would say, Slim,
Yeah.
and Anis and Gibb. Anis and Gibb and KSI are best friends, so they won't fight. Or really like in a awkward situation
Yeah.
because almost the trainers and everybody is the same.
Yeah.
So they're pretty good and they're pretty decent boxers. They've been pretty good. So I like what they're doing. So I've been following a lot of boxing lately. And I think boxing is more easy to understand than any sport.
Is it? I think it's only about
Boxing,
punching and
kind of understandable. You say football,
football. There's so many rules to kind of keep in mind. That's too much.
yeah, basically, yes. And 9 times out of 10, constant bumping. Sometimes most of the bumping is not intentional. So you kind of don't
Yeah.
understand. Do you get the penalty? You don't get the penalty. It's taking time
Man,
to
the internet is really bad.
understand. Cricket is the most complex game. I think we have spoken enough.
I mean, I don't know. Cricket is kind of it's the basic rules. You run. Yeah, there's when you go deep in the rules, then it gets complicated. But the major thing is that you need to hit the ball to score runs. So you take 2 runs in between the wickets. You're making a point. You're hitting a six. I mean, you cross the boundary. It's a six. You bounce the ball bounce and goes crosses the boundary. Then it's a four. So it depends. Like when you go in the complex part, then no, it needs to be on this line. If the ball hits the keeper's glove, then it's a 5 point for the batting team. If the ball you can't, so the batsman can't pick the ball if he's batting. So that there's some complicated rules, and every game has it. Even in boxing, you can't kick. In normal boxing, you can't do specific stuff. You can't hit in certain areas. That'll be a foul. So, I mean, there are rules in every game, and it depends how well you are into it.
Unfortunately, kickboxing is not very popular. Kickboxing is not very popular, and I think kickboxing is very boring. Also, I've seen like Andrew Tate's matches in between when I was following him. Kickboxing is very weird. It's not very entertaining. It's super boring. Super boring. And kickboxers overall don't make a lot of money because it's not been recognized compared to boxing has really been recognized. I feel boxing is being paid more compared to the MMA fighters also.
Yeah.
I have no idea, but I feel like that. And also, a lot of people say that boxing is much harder than MMA and much more dangerous.
Boxing is much
Reason
harder
being is
than
that because
MMA.
you're only using your dangerous, much dangerous.
Yeah.
Even Joe Rogan was talking about this. I heard from Joe Rogan itself. So somebody who is from the fighting world, he's saying it. So he has more credibility, and it's not mine, my words. He was talking with some of the guy he invited on the podcast. Stevo. Yeah, the famous stuntman of America, Stevo. He and Joe Rogan on a podcast. So Stevo brought the topic of. I just saw it today morning. He was just telling that boxing is much dangerous compared to MMA. And yes, so they were discussing because you are using a and 9 to 10, most of the punches land in the eye, so you damage the brain. A lot
Yeah.
of times, all these fighters have broken brains, but in MMA, at least you get away with some injuries, and mostly the injuries are in your rib, a little bit of back, your ankle, or something. Anyway, I mean, it's a dangerous game. Your life can go literally. You sign your life away. I mean, props to the guys who like really go in the ring. It's not an easy thing. It's really not an easy thing
Yeah.
because it's like kill or be killed. And it's a gladiator mentality. So yeah, it's respect to every guy who steps in the ring, regardless you win or lose. At least you step in the ring. And half the people just cannot. It's not. You have to be really crazy to step in the ring. You really have to be to challenge yourself. Otherwise, hard. Anyway, I think it was a good conversation.
Amazing talk.
Other podcasts you still stay there. And I still need to tell you something off camera. So let's complete the video today. Please like, share, and subscribe. Try to watch the if you have try to watch the video from start to finish. Please recommend us any good topics what we can talk about. Will be very good. It will be more helpful for us actually, so that we want to know that what our viewers actually are interested in, and also suggest us what other kind of content we can do. Let's not just focus on podcasts. Let's try to branch this channel out, and let's see if what our viewers actually like from us. If they like something else, then we can phase out this section. We don't know. We'll experiment and see how things work out for us. So anyway, we sign off today. Good night, good morning, depending on whatever the day is. For us, it's a signing off time, and see you in the next podcast. Maybe next month, maybe next week. Who knows?
Yeah.
But there is a podcast coming soon
Hopefully
before
coming
this year
soon.
ends.
Before this year ends. Yeah.
One more podcast before this year ends. So stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned for that,
Anyway,
and we will see you in the next podcast.
uh, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Share with as many people. Please put your thoughts on. Yeah, you can always comment down your thoughts about the Qatar World Cup. What you think about different conspiracies. Bombard with comments. Just have your own point of views. Actually, we like to see a good, informative comment section from haters to stupid, blind, woke people to any sensible, logical people. All are allowed. We are tolerant people. Anyway, like, share, and subscribe. Good night.
See you guys.